Let's just dive right into it, shall we? Welcome to the explainer that's going to completely change how you tackle the ACCA Business and Technology exam. Today, we're bringing that high-octane energy to something absolutely crucial: leadership styles. If you're prepping for the BT exam, you already know this is a massive high-yield area. I mean, the examiner absolutely loves testing this stuff, and more importantly, they love testing your precision with it. So, we're going to break down the exact styles you need to know, and then we're going to expose those sneaky exam traps so you can literally crush these questions with total confidence.
So, let me ask you, are you ready to secure some seriously easy exam marks? Because that's exactly what's on the table for us today. Look, the BT exam isn't just about regurgitating a textbook. It's like a giant puzzle where you just need to recognize the patterns. I'm going to need your complete focus for the next few minutes because I promise you this: if you can memorize the 3 specific leadership styles we're about to hit, and if you learn to dodge the examiner's classic little traps, you are guaranteed easy marks. Let's lock in and get those points.
All right, let's start right at the absolute top of the control spectrum. Style number 1. Autocratic leadership. Now, the magic is right there in the definition. The leader makes decisions alone. I really want you to put strict emphasis on that word alone. This is top-down control, 100%. There's no committee, no voting, no cozy roundtable chats. When you're reading a thick exam scenario and you spot power completely centralized in one single person dictating the path forward, boom, you're looking at an autocratic leader.
Let's quickly fire through the practical pros and cons they're going to test you on. First up, speed. Since an autocratic leader doesn't have to, ask anyone's opinion, they can make incredibly fast decisions. In a crisis, that's a real game changer. But look at that second point. The trade-off is super low employee involvement. You really need to drill in this specific example right here: a manager deciding literally everything without consulting the team. If the exam describes a boss making rapid-fire choices while the team just blindly follows orders, lock in autocratic and move on.
Okay, let's pivot sharply over to democratic leadership and see how this creates, well, a totally different vibe at work. Look closely at the definition on your screen. The absolute trigger word, the one you need to just burn into your brain for exam day, is participate. In a democratic setup, the leader doesn't sit in an ivory tower. The employees actively participate in the decisions. The power and the responsibility is completely shared across the group.
Notice how the pros and cons here are practically the mirror image of the autocratic style? Let's unpack that trade-off. Because you're bringing the team into the fold and actually gathering their input, you inevitably get much better ideas. I mean, more brains equal better, more well-rounded solutions, right? But you pay for that quality with time. You're going to get slower decisions. A classic exam scenario will show a team discussion happening before any final decision is actually made. The leader is still there, sure, but they're acting more like a facilitator, gathering input first.
Let's take a quick second to juxtapose these two directly. I want you to start building mental buckets right now so you don't get tricked when reading some dense, wordy paragraph on the exam. Left bucket, autocratic, leader decides alone. Right bucket, democratic, employees participate. When you're sitting in that exam hall staring at the screen, ask yourself immediately, is this leader acting like an isolated dictator, or are they actively bringing the team in to participate? Answering that single question will basically hand you the correct answer.
All right, now let's swing that pendulum all the way to the absolute other extreme. Introducing our third and final style, Laissez Faire leadership. Let's bring the energy up for this one because it is all about total freedom. As the definition spells out, this is a style where employees make their own decisions. Laissez Faire basically translates to let it be or leave it alone. The leader takes a massive step back and just hands the steering wheel entirely over to the team.
Breaking down the traits here, we hit the ultimate trade-off. You give the team sky-high freedom, but the cost? Super low guidance. The leader basically points to the destination, but gives absolutely zero map on how to get there. Pay attention to this exact example, because you will definitely see it on the test. It's when the team chooses exactly how to complete the task themselves. If the scenario gives you a manager who assigns a project and then just walks away, leaving the entire how-to up to the staff, you have found your laissez-faire trigger.
Okay, listen up, because this high-contrast comparison right here catches so many students off guard. You absolutely must know the crucial difference between democratic and laissez-faire. Here's the breakdown. Democratic means participating. The team is involved, maybe they're even voting, but the leader is still very much present, guiding the ship and finalizing the direction. Laissez-faire, on the other hand, means total freedom. There is essentially zero direction from the leader. Do not, I repeat, do not confuse a team simply having the say with a team having total control.
Right, we've nailed the theory. Now, let's dramatically shift gears here.
Welcome to the trap room. This is where we stop just learning concepts and start directly beating the examiner at their own game. The ACCA examiner is super clever, okay? They know exactly where you guys get confused, and they design these scenarios specifically to bait you into picking the wrong answer. But we're going to expose those classic tricks right now, so you can literally just walk right past them.
Let's rapid fire through this exact table. We pulled this straight from the highest yield revision notes, and you need to just drill these direct links into your brain. If the scenario explicitly states the leader decides alone, your reflex must be autocratic. If you read that the team votes on a decision, you instantly lock in democratic. And if the text reveals that the leader gives no direction whatsoever, you confidently hit laissez faire. Make these connections totally automatic so you don't even have to second-guess yourself on the big day.
To condense this whole shebang into something you can carry straight into the exam hall, here is your ultimate one-line summary mnemonic. I'm giving you a strict imperative right now. You have to memorize this exact phrase. Auto equals leader. Demo equals team. Laissez equals free. Actually say it with me. Auto equals leader. Demo equals team. Laissez equals free. The second you sit down at your computer for that BT exam, write this down on your scratch pad. It is your absolute safety net.
We've covered the definitions, we've broken down the trade-offs, we've successfully mapped out the examiner's trap room, and you've got your master mnemonic ready to go. So, I just have one final question for you. Are you ready to pass? Because armed with this specific, structured knowledge, you absolutely are. You know exactly what triggers to look for now. You understand how these concepts actually operate in those tricky scenarios. Take this knowledge, keep that focused energy sky high, and go absolutely crush the ACCA BT exam. You've totally got this.